Hi everyone, my name is Brenda and you're here with Budgets and Wellness with Brenda. And this channel is going to be about budgeting. It's also going to be about paying off a debt and teaching young people, middle-aged people, and elderly people on how just to make a simple budget. I got lots of my ideas from the Budget Mom and also using a little bit from Dave Ramsey as well. I wanted just to share a little bit about my journey with you. In September of 2020, that's when I was at my point where enough was enough. I had decided, and I don't know how, but I came across the Budget Mom. I got almost obsessed. Kind of sounds silly, but I got really addicted to watching a lot of her YouTube videos. And in her YouTube videos, it really teaches you on how to do a budget. And she really emphasized doing cash budgeting. So I listed out my everyday fixed expenses, things that I couldn't change. They were what they were every single month, and that's just the way it was. And then my variable spendings. I'm going to show you on what I chose and what I did and how I started out. At first, when I started, I didn't buy her book. I did later on in 2021. In January, I did start using her book. And so I just wanted to show you that this is how I started in January. So I wrote down out my bills. In this pink section here, you will see that this paycheck on the 10th, I circled it in orange, that I paid all these bills. And then my next paycheck here on the 24th, I paid all these within the blue and whatnot. I did a lot of writing, figuring out my budget at first. I figured out what my cash envelopes would be, what I should have in them. I talked about what they should be. I was really figuring it all out at first. I didn't know for food, how much money was I really spending on food a month? How much money was I really spending every single month on takeout? I was going to Tim Hortons almost every single day. I was spending a lot on takeout. How much money was I spending on gas a week or every other week? How about my household items? Things that I buy for the house, my cleaning supplies, laundry detergent, toilet paper, all those things that you need for the house. Even little things like a light bulb that goes out that you need to replace. All those things are household items. How much household items was I spending a month? Beauty items. So, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, maybe a new toothbrush, maybe you needed a new thing of makeup that you wanted. Maybe I was out of my cover up, or maybe I wanted a new mascara. Maybe I wanted new nail polish. Whatever those items were, how much was I spending a month on those items? Miscellaneous. So things that come up every single month unexpectedly that you really can't predict or what's going to come up. How much of miscellaneous was I spending? And then I have Callie. I have a cat. How much money was I spending on Callie every single month? So those were items that I wanted to really find out and narrow down. These are notes that I took from her, from the Budget Mom, what she was doing. And I'm just saying that when I started out, I'm just going to really be brief here. I could go on and on about my journey, but I just was really at the point where paycheck number one, what were my items? So my mortgage, my RSP contributions, how much money I was putting into savings, my loan, my phone bill. Turn it off then.
It's just with the video though. Like the disc, I don't know how.
Okay, sorry, my daughter interrupted me. I'm going to continue on. So my bell bill and my car insurance, water, my cushion and bank fees, and paycheck number 2, what those items would be. And they were pretty much about the same amount of money every single paycheck. So it felt pretty good about that. What I had in this paycheck, and then what I would have left over was going to be about the same. That's what worked for me, and that's what my budget was. And again, I just wrote out my bills. I wrote out many times different variable bills here. How much I would spend every 2 weeks on food, takeout, gas, beauty, household, and church. So I was thinking 400 for variables. It wasn't realistic when I first started. That was not really the case. So you really want to be realistic. It's okay if you spend 400 on every 2 weeks on groceries. That's what you have for you and your family. If your family is going to be 6 people, you might need to spend more. If your family is only 2, you might only need to spend like $100, $200 every 2 weeks. So whatever those items might be, whatever works for you, that's what you need to do. And you need to be okay with it. I really was struggling thinking, oh, how come I'm spending so much on this and that? But it's okay if you are. You can do your best to try to cut back on it and work on that. I got to a point that I kind of figured out that with the 3 of us, for my food, I was going to be spending about $350 every 2 weeks. So I probably would budget about $700 a month on food. I really felt like it was a lot, and I really wanted to stay in that budget. And if I did actually spend less than the $350, I would roll it over usually into my savings, and I would put at the end of the month, every month of my savings, I would put it off onto my debt. My takeout was going to be about $100. And then gas $85, beauty $40, household $40, miscellaneous, and then Cali. This has actually changed now again, but this is what was my starting point. And you can just see that I just kept watching the Budget Mom. I kept writing notes. I was really kind of trying to figure out what I would do with my sinking funds, what sinking funds I should even have. So again, I wrote a lot of notes. Okay, and then you can see again how I kept writing it all out, how much I would get paycheck. So paycheck 1, paycheck number 2. And I just wrote it all out. I didn't have any book. I just wrote it all out. I'm a visual learner. My starting balance, September tracker, and my checking expense tracker. And what the Budget Mom really recommended to do at the very, very beginning is write down everything that you spend that month. So again, I just was getting different ideas. I made up a wee little template for myself. Again, so I really just started things in September. I kind of figured it out. I did kind of a rough draft here. I did kind of like in September the 10th when I got paid. This was the real numbers here. And this is what I started to do. I had to kind of figure things out. And then here was my actual tracker. So this is what I did. I wrote out here my different coding, coloring, and this is just what I did. And I really learned really quickly what was working, what wasn't working, where my money went, all that kind of stuff. So that was September. That's when I first started. October's calendar, you can see here, is again, I got paid on the 8th of October and the 22nd of October. And again, I just, in this pink section here, all the bills that were here, I paid with this 8th paycheck. And then the 22nd, all the section in the blue, I paid in the blue section. And I guess it did roll over into November a little bit too. And again, I was just starting. So my monthly budget, this is what I wanted to kind of spend and what I would be spending in the month. Again, my October, what I was actually spending. So my date here, October the 8th. And how much I was getting paid, what I budgeted, what I actually got paid. And then again, I just kind of wrote down all my expenses here. And then what I rolled over, I had this money here that I was able to roll over. And then, as I say at the beginning, I was in the negative at the beginning. I had no money. I mean, zilch. My checking account was in the overdraft by a well good $1,000. My I did have 3 loans, so let's talk about them. I had a line of credit that was $10,000. I had bought something from the Brick. It was a 3-piece couch set. So you have your single set, your love seat set, and the 3-piece couch. They were all recliners, and they were beige. They were kind of like that fake kind of leather, but they were really, really expensive. So I would say, don't quote me on this exactly, but that was about $8,000. And then I had my credit card, which was about $6,000. So I almost had $25,000 in debt. Ouch. It scared me. I couldn't sleep at night. I was really worrying about it. I would be paying off my minimum payments that I would need to do, but nothing was actually getting off of the principal. It was like I wasn't getting anywhere. It was so frustrating. So I had decided to see if I could go to the bank, consolidate it. Those interest rates were ridiculous. Some of them were 21%, some of them were 24%. That's why I wasn't able to get any of the actual principal put down. So I started with just shy under $25,000. It was like $24,900. Maybe in another video I'll show you where I started with my debt and month to month how I paid little bit by little bit off. The end of this month, in October of 2021, I will have it down to just under $16,000. So it will be like $15,900 and something. I've paid off from beginning of January until now to October almost $9,000. I am so happy, so thankful that I've been able to do that. And that is part of the reason why I've been able to do this long, and that I wanted to show you that if I can do this and if I can pay off this loan, anybody, if you put your mind to it and you are really determined to pay off your loan, you can pay off your loan as well. So again, just go slow with it. Every single month I was learning it more and more. I was tweaking it a little bit more. You can see here I made my own little bill tracker, the 22nd, and I had all of my things all wrote out. I am very visual, so I really liked the budget by paycheck method. I really like seeing the numbers, processing the numbers, thinking about what I was spending my money on, and actually doing it. Okay, and then here every week when I got paid, not every week, I get paid every other week at my jobs, and I have 2 jobs, and they both pay me on the exact same day, which actually makes it really handy for me that I can combine those 2 paychecks into one, and then I budget myself around that paycheck. But if you get paid every week, you're going to have to do a budget every single week. Just do it. You will be really surprised on how you want to make your money accountable, that you have a plan for every single dollar that you have and what that plan will be for those dollars. So again, my sinking funds, my thought process about how I was going to develop a sinking fund, how much money I wanted to put into it, And again, I tracked everything I had spent. I went to No Frills, one of the cheaper grocery stores. I did still do a bit, the green is takeout. I did do a lot of takeout again, but I was really consciously really trying to cut back on doing that. And you can see here, this is my checking account. My colors were a little wonky, a little bit off. And she really wanted you to see here, you can see my starting balance back in October was $538. It'd be interesting to see what my starting balance was in September. Let's just go back and have a look at that. So see, my checking account, when I first started with this plan, I was negative $1,069.02. That was crazy. I was in my overdraft that much. In 1 month, my overdraft, you can see here, this is what it was in October. In September. But in October, my starting balance was $538. But it was still in the negative, but I was slowly getting out of that negative stage. So my first months, September, October, I was not out in the negative. So let's just, for argument's sake, now here we are in November. And again, the same thing. Maybe I was getting a little bit cleaner. I used a different calendar. I was trying different things. You know, I was trying to get all these bills all consolidated. Oh, and this was my little cue cards here that I made for my variable expenses for... Excuse me. So my variable expenses for November, I wrote them out what I was going to spend every single month. So my plan was here $250 every 2 weeks. So I was going to try to do $125 every week. And I was really going to food plan, really try to stay in that limit. I had realized that $60 every 2 weeks was okay for me to spend. That's what I gave myself permission to be allowed to spend. So maybe on a Friday morning, I wanted to have that Tim Hortons. Or maybe during the time, maybe me and my kids wanted to go out for dinner on Saturday nights. So I gave myself permission that I was allowed to spend $60 every 2 weeks. And once that money was gone, that money was gone. So my gas car wash, I realized that I probably spent about $40 every week on gas. Back then, the gas has gone up even more so now, but back then. And I was saving up my little leftover of that $40, so I'd have like $15 each pay, or each every 2 weeks. And I was going to roll that into an account, and maybe once or twice a month, or sorry, I said that wrong. Every other month I would get a car wash. So that was my idea of what I was going to do there. Households, I realized I wasn't really spending all that much on household items. So $50 every 2 weeks should have been okay. So when I got into the third month, I was really getting a grasp on what my variable expenses would be. You can't change your fixed expenses again. As I said earlier, your phone bill, your gas bill, your mortgage, your loan payments, your minimum payments that you have to pay every single month, you really can't change any of that. But with your variable expenses, things that you kind of have control over, what you can spend on, is what you could really, really try to negotiate and figure out what your realistic numbers were. And this is what I came up with. So I started off every 2 weeks filling up my cash envelopes with this amount. And that's what I was really doing. And then anything that I had left over in these envelopes, I would roll them over and I would put them into my sinking funds. And again, when I go through my channel with you and you keep coming back, I'll be uploading different videos and I'll be showing you and teaching you on what I do and how to do this, because I really feel that people are stuffing their envelopes, and that's fine, and showing how you're stuffing it. But this channel, I want it to be more of a teaching channel. I want to teach young people, middle-aged people, and even seniors, maybe who never knew how to budget, how to really budget your money, and how you will actually see that at the end of each month, you will actually have money left over. If you do all your fixed bills and everything that you have to pay, if you have money left over and you've got money left over for your variable and you still have money left over, you are golden. You are going to save money, and you will be so surprised at how easily and how quickly that those few dollars will add up, and you will have extra money every single month. So again, I'm not going to continue on too much further because this video is getting quite lengthy, but I just wanted to let you know that this video is going to be about teaching about budgeting. I'm going to maybe try to teach you all on how just to get started and how to set everything up, and then how to do some savings challenges and how we can start those together. What kind of savings challenges do you want to do? I can suggest a whole bunch of ideas. I've got great ideas and things that what we can do, and I can share them with you, and I'd be more than happy to do that. I'm just going to talk about just December really quickly, and I just wanted to show you, and I'm kind of curious myself because I haven't gone back and looked, but was I out of the negative in December, or was I more so in the negative? Because as I say, Christmas was there, and I don't know, and I don't remember if I had money, what am I trying to say? If I had money even to spend on Christmas. So, here we are. So, I have here where we did the budget by paycheck. Where did your money go? So see here, my starting balance was still in the negative. I was negative $913. So how all that happened, my income was quite high there. So I'm really surprised that I should actually see what January was, because I probably, oh, that's what it was. I got 3 paychecks in the month of December. That's why this is so high. Normally that I never have that much money. Never, ever, ever. So, yeah, that was a little bit crazy. So anyways, so I just wanted to show you all of this and talk a little bit about what my plans are for my channel. I want it to be more of a teaching tool of how to budget. I don't know. You tell me, when you were in school, did they have budgeting courses? I actually remember when I was in grade 12, I did take a business math, and my students, or my kids, when they were students in high school, my son's in university now, 2nd year. My daughter's been out of high school for, I would say, about 5 years now, and they didn't have any budgeting courses in school or whatever, and I really feel that that was really lacking. I really wish that students, it would be a recommend course that they have to take when they were in school. Anyways, if you've liked this video and you've enjoyed it, please, please don't forget to subscribe. And I will be posting more videos. I will probably do 1 or 2 videos a week, and that is my plan. I am planning to come back again on Saturday to do a little bit more in depth on how to make your budget. And then the following week on Thursday, I do get paid, and I'm going to show you on how I budget myself, how I pull out the cash. I'll go to the store and go and get the cash, and then I will show it to you. So I will do that video on Thursday. I probably won't have a chance to upload it until Friday, but please stay posted. I would be really interested to hear your feedback and to see if these are videos that you like and that you enjoy. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.